Now welcome again guys to CellJamaica. We're back at it with a brand new Samsung Galaxy A70. Now this device, I must say it's really amazing. Lots of cool features. Triple cameras at the back, 32 megapixel, 8 megapixel wide angle camera, a 5 megapixel depth sensor. Now at the front, you still get that 32 megapixel, a whopping 32 megapixel front facing camera. Also supports face unlock with an in-screen fingerprint scanner. Now the device, it supports super fast charging from Samsung. See, that's good.
You know skill like? Hello folks, and welcome to another episode of Technicational. My name is Peyton Wilmot, and today we have in front of us the #1 phone that caused all the hoopla and problems for all other high-end expensive smartphones in 2018, and that's the PocoPhone F1. You must have heard of it. The phone costs literally about 450, probably 300 and something if you find it the right place, and it had flagship specs, making people question if they should get a S9 or a LG G7. So today we're going to review this phone and see if it does compare to some of those high-end flagship phones and if it's worth the money. Plus, I have to give a shout out to CellJamaica, where you can actually purchase this phone if you wish to, and they have it in this color, and it's I've never used a blue phone like this, so kind of new to me. Anyhow, let's get right to it and see what this phone is made of. So let's talk about the build quality for the PocoPhone F1. So it is a 2018 phone, and it, you know, in 2018 you have the whole notch system where everybody was going with notches because that's the thing, and it has a notch. It also has dual cameras at the back, which is pretty nice, and it has a fingerprint scanner mounted at the back, not in the display. You have a very sturdy build, and you have a 6.1 inch LCD IPS LCD screen, which I'm not going to lie, the colors on this probably fool you and you might think it's a AMOLED. In some cases it even have more color saturation than an AMOLED, but we'll get into that eventually. It has a very tall notch at the bottom, or a chin I should say. It has a very tall chin at the bottom, which I didn't expect. Nowadays the chins on the bottom of these phones are pretty thin. So pretty much it is a sturdy phone. It's, you know, Gorilla Glass at the front, but the back is plastic. It is plastic, and it does look good, but it's been a while I've seen a plastic back which doesn't have a removable battery. So if you're into the glass and the whole metal and glass and shine backs, this is definitely not for you. So let's talk some specs, because that's the thing that actually got a lot of people excited about this phone and the price point that it has. So as I mentioned before, it's a 6.1 inch LCD IPS LCD screen. It has a 20 megapixel camera at the front for selfies. It has a 12 megapixel and a 5 megapixel at the back with flash and a fingerprint scanner. You have a USB Type-C charging port that can push out a lot of charging watts, so you get this charged pretty fast. You also have internally 6 gigs of RAM, coupled by the star flagship Snapdragon 845, which you would find in like the S9 or most flagship phones for 2018. You also get 64 gigs of internal storage. You have the ability to use 2 SIMs or a SIM and a memory card. So you can expand that storage even more. So given all of these specs, you would think that this phone will be near the $1,000 region, but it's not. I don't know what Xiaomi did, but this is amazing for the price. So we're at the part where we talk about performance, and this is something that is amazing for the price point. Yes, it's coupled with the Snapdragon 845, which is a high-end chipset from 2018, and 6 gigs of RAM. You do have a version that comes with 8 gigs of RAM, but currently this is the 6 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs internal space that I'm using. Now, most people don't use Xiaomi phones, and regularly, if you do use a Xiaomi phone, you know the optimization for the launchers, and they do budget phones, and when they do budget phones, they do it properly. This is a high-end spec phone with the Xiaomi launcher on it, and it moves snappy as ever, and its fluid animations are great. It is definitely something that's a highlight, which shows you that you don't really need to have a lot to run Android properly. You just need a very good optimized launcher with good memory management. Now the phone here is snappy, and it plays any game you throw at it, and it plays it good. The screen is very detailed, although I cannot understand the resolution. It's not quite 1080p, but it's not quite Quad HD either. But yeah, it's very detailed, and it also has a lot of punchy colors. So in games it looks pretty decent, and it's smooth as ever. So no matter how powerful a phone is these days, people don't really bank on it all that much. Yeah, people still want specs, but they really rely on good camera quality, and that's the section that we're at right now. Now for the Xiaomi PocoPhone F1. Now all right, it's not going to win any awards, let's get that out of the way, but it does hold its own without, because people are gonna start suggesting in the comments below that, yo, just put on the Google camera app and everything good. Well, we're not gonna do that, because the Google camera app are obvious, and any phone it go up and make the picture them look good. But all in all, it takes good photos in the day. In the night it's okay, it can pass, but I have seen better. So camera quality, it's an okay phone with an okay camera, can pass. So we're at the section where we talk about battery life, and this thing comes a huge battery. This is a 4000 milliamp hour battery in this device, and from the get it, I've been reviewing it for a week, and boy, I have it up and running for literally 4 days, and the battery there 39%. Let me check, because it's kind of weird. This is very weird. After a full charge, I'm currently running this for 3 days, and it's currently at 38%. So yeah, it's a good, yeah, pretty good. I'm not doing any heavy lifting, just moderate gaming now and again, and I am actually doing some WhatsApp and Facebook now and again. That's it. But for 3 days, 38%, which is not bad. So what are my final thoughts on the PocoPhone F1? Well, it's pretty simple. You're getting more than what you're paid for. Seriously, you're getting flagship specs, flagship performance with a decent camera, front and back. What more can you ask for? Plus, the man them throw in a gel case in the phone, so you don't have to worry about a look for your case immediately when you get the phone. Seriously, I don't know how Xiaomi pulled off this, but it's a pretty nice phone. You want a flagship, can't afford a flagship, this is the next best bet. Honestly, the screen is beautiful. I have to say this because even compared to the, you know what, just look on this. Same wallpaper. Same wallpaper. And look at it. For some strange reason, the colors on the Xiaomi is more saturated than the S10. Who knew? I don't know. So there you have it, folks, the Xiaomi PocoPhone F1. And if you're very interested in this, you can look in the description. The link for CellJamaica, where you can actually get this to buy, is right there. And they have this exact model there, brand new, ready, waiting for you to feel up. And if you want to actually see it in person, you can always drop by and look at the phone for yourself if you don't really believe what I'm saying. But hey, I can tell you from now, if I'm going to change to a high-end phone and can't afford it, I would definitely consider this phone. Yeah. So thank you guys for watching, and again, these things wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for you guys supporting the channel, talking about the channel, telling your friends to subscribe to the channel. So continue to do that, and until next time, peace.
Snakes in the grass, you gotta watch where you step. Blood on the leaves, you either kill or be killed. When there's food on the table, you either eat or you starve. And when the sharks in the water, you either sink or you swim. It's a jungle out there. It's a jungle out there. It's a jungle out there.